watercolor tutorial. Today we will be painting watercolor honeybees. And in this tutorial we will be painting two types, and then next Friday I will be going live again and we'll be painting two other types. Before you get started, you can find my outline of these bees in the description of the video. So here's a look at my outline. I decided to paint my bees each individually, like on their own piece of paper, or you can also paint them in one painting, whatever you want. And I feel like maybe part of my live stream cut out in the beginning, so I'm going to say what I just said in the beginning. So welcome to a live watercolor tutorial. We will be painting 4 types of bees. In this first tutorial today, we'll be painting 2 types, and then next Friday we'll be painting the other 2 types. Today we'll be painting the Black Dwarf honeybee and also the Red Dwarf honeybee. Hi, Bia. Good morning. Yeah, let me know if you're watching live. Let me know where you're watching from and if you've ever painted bees before. Okay, so like I said, you can find the outline to these bees in the description of the video. And I also provide links to photos of these bees. When you click for the outline, you'll also find links to them. Hi, Sarah. Good morning. The supplies I'm using are, this is handmade paper from an Etsy shop. I linked her shop in the description of this video. Oh my goodness. Siri thinks I'm talking to her right now. Siri, stop.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Okay, stop. Okay.
Siri here. Let me know if I can help.
All right. So the paints I plan on using are my Woodlands paints. This is a paint set from Art Philosophy. So I'll be using these paints here. And then my brushes, I am using my silver black velvet brushes. I have a size 2 and a size 4, and these are round brushes. And then I might use my size 0 round brush from Princeton Neptune. And all of the supplies are linked in the description of this video. Okay. And then to transfer my outline onto my paper, I used graphite transfer paper, and I also linked this in the description of the video for you. Okay, now that that is all done, let's go ahead and get started. Hi, Green. She says, watching from London. I have painted bees once before. Sydney says, good morning. Good morning, Sydney. Bia says, it's been a while since I joined one of your live videos. School is just really busy. Well, I'm glad that you can join us today. Hi, Shelly. Shelly says, good morning, Allison and friends. I'm so looking forward to this tutorial. I haven't painted bees before either. Yeah, I've painted bees a few times. And yeah, I really do enjoy painting them. Sydney says, I just ordered new stickers from you and I'm so excited. Oh, thank you, Sydney. That means a lot. Naomi is here. Hi. Me too. I'm looking forward to these bees. Hi, MBZ, and Sarah is here. Yeah, Sarah, this is handmade paper from an Etsy shop. Yeah, I love this paper. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with the Black Dwarf bee, and then we will paint the Red Dwarf bee after. Okay. And for this bee, it has a lot of black. Like there's a lot of black going on and very little yellow areas. Okay. So I'm first going to paint in the yellow areas, and in the outline I didn't draw in the veins on the wings, so I kind of did that before the live stream. I just kind of drew some lines in there. Hi, Claire. Good morning. Hi, Alva. Good morning. They say good morning from Texas. Okay. Oh, yeah, Bia, we're painting 2 bees today, and then we'll paint the other 2 next Friday. Okay, so I'm going to take some yellow. I'm first going to start with the yellow areas on him. And the yellow on him, at least from the photos I see on Google, is like kind of muted. It's not like a vibrant yellow. So here I mixed part of this daylight. It's called Daylight from the Woodlands pan set. I mixed that on my palette with the Sand Ridge to kind of help tone it down a little bit. And I'm adding a lot of water to it too. MBZ says, I haven't caught a live ever. I love your art. You helped motivate me to start my channel, so thank you. If you see this, you don't have to read it out loud. Oh, okay. I just wanted to share my appreciation. Well, you're welcome, and congrats on starting a channel. That's amazing. Okay, yeah. Is it like a painting channel? Like, do you paint on there? Do tutorials, or I'd love to know. Okay, so yeah, I'm adding a lot of water to this yellow. It's kind of like a goldish pastel yellow. And I kind of shaded in the areas where he's black just so I can better see the areas that do have yellow. Okay, and it's okay if you paint the yellow in part of the black areas. Like, that's totally fine because we will be painting over the yellow if we paint into the black areas, if that makes sense. So you can even just paint all of him yellow and then paint in the black. And I am using my size 2 round brush. It's like a really tiny brush. Okay, and I'm going to wipe away some of this because I want it to be kind of light. And if I decide later on I want it to be darker, I can always add more yellow. Hi Liz, good morning. Let me know if you are painting individual paintings for each of these bees, or if you are putting them all on one painting. It was hard for me to decide what to do. Like, I liked both of those ideas, but I just got this handmade paper and I really wanted to use it, like to paint on it, so. Okay, I'm cleaning my brush, and then I am going to wipe some of this away. Bia says, I will catch up with you later, Allison. Can't stay too long. I'll be back. Bye. Have fun painting. Well, thanks for stopping by. Hi, Joyce. Good morning. Okay, so I have his yellow stripes painted in. And now it's time to move on to the rest of him. So his body area and his head, they do have some yellow areas throughout. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of paint yellow. Even though he'll be like mostly black in this area, I do want some yellow to show through in areas. So I'm going to paint the first layer yellow. And even on his legs. And it doesn't have to be perfect because a lot of this will be black. So even his eyes, I'll paint his eye yellow too. Oh, I do want to leave that little highlight. I put like a little highlight in his eye. I'm going to leave that white. I don't want to paint over that. And if I do end up painting over it on accident, I could always add a little bit of white gouache right there. Hi, Fallon. Good morning. Claire says that she is painting all the bees in one painting. Liz says, I'm going to paint all 4 bees on one sheet of paper. I want to fit them all on the 5x7 piece of handmade paper I won in your giveaway last December. Ooh, Liz, that is exciting. We're basically painting on the same type of paper. How fun is that? Okay, I'm also going to paint a little bit of yellow on his wings. Maybe like on the outer edge. For bees, when I paint them, the hardest part for me are their wings. So hopefully my wings turn out okay. Okay, so the first layer is done. Now I'm trying to think, do I want to paint a second layer of the yellow? I think I will for some of the areas on him. Sarah says that she is painting all the bees on the same paper. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to take this yellow again. And I'm going to mix a little bit more of it, but this time with less water to make it a little darker. So it's basically this daylight yellow. This is the Woodlands pan set. Of course, you can use like whatever yellow you have. You don't have to use this exact pan set. Then I'm taking this Sand Ridge color, adding that in. And yeah, this now has less water, so it won't be as light. And I'm going to have my size, my size 2, wait, my size 0 round brush here. I'm going to have this ready to blend. So I'm putting clean water in this brush. I'm going to blend with this brush and then apply paint with this brush. So I'm going to go around the edge of each yellow area on the stripes. And blend. I'm trying to create a gradient and have it be lighter in the middle. So I'm going to try my best to not paint in that lighter layer, which I kind of did. So I'm wiping some of this away. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more. So as you can see, it's darker on the edge and lighter in the middle. And when I blend, I dip my brush in my clean water, and then I always dab it on my paper towel because you do not want too much water in your brush when you blend. Okay, I need to wipe some of this away. I'm wiping some away right here. Right. So when I was researching bees, like honeybees to paint, I read, I think it's 40,000 or maybe it's 20,000. I can't remember the number. But 40,000 species of honeybees, which is insane. And there's only like 11 species that are like distinguishable. And so I try to choose honeybees that like kind of like each were different in their own way for this tutorial. And I was thinking maybe someday soon we could do a bumblebee tutorial. Would you guys like that? I couldn't decide if I wanted to do honeybees or like bumblebees or both kinds for this. And then yeah, I just decided honeybees. Okay. All right. I don't think I'm gonna add a darker yellow. I'm thinking. Maybe I will for some areas. So I'm looking at photos of this bee and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what yellow areas on him are, what areas on him are yellow? And I lost my train of thought. Okay, I'm gonna add dark yellow down here. And then blend this, that. Okay, I'm gonna add some dark yellow here too. It looks like he is yellow, maybe right here. I think this won't be black. Okay. I'm just kind of scribbling my brush around. And then same with my blending brush. A lot of this will be black. I just want to, I like to add layers. Okay, I think that's good. Joyce says that she would love to do bumblebees, and so does Shelly. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I think my live video paused for a second. I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay, it looks like Joyce says that she would love bumblebees, and Shelly would too. Leo says the bumblebee slept in my zinnias and sunflowers last summer. Ooh. Yeah, I'm ready for warm weather. I can't wait to plant flowers, and especially sunflowers. I love sunflowers. Hannah says, good morning. I had my hands in bread dough, so I couldn't say hello sooner. Are you making, what kind of bread are you making, Hannah? Okay, let's go ahead and do the black areas now. Okay, so for black, I'm using the shadow color from the Woodlands pan set. So I'm taking some and I'm going to add it to my palette here with some water. This first layer of black, I think I'll do 2 layers. So this first layer will be pretty light, and I might also add a touch of brown in it too. So I'm going to take, let's see, I think I'm going to take some of this Bear. It's called Bear from the Woodlands pan set, which is basically brown, and mix that in. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to work with 2 brushes at the same time again. One to apply my paint, the other to blend. So this one here will be my blending brush. And if you're just joining, my blending brush just has clean water in it. Okay, I'm going to start with the stripes. I'm going to start at the very end. Okay, and then I'm going to take my size 0 round brush, my blending brush with just clean water, and kind of blend this into the yellow a little bit. And then it looks like he could have like a little highlight going on in the black areas. So I will wipe a little bit of this away, like that. Hi, Susie. She says, hi, Allison. I will be part of, I will be part of the time. We'll finish later. Thanks for your time and help. You're welcome. Okay. All right, and like we did with the first one, we will blend this into the yellow. And I'm going to wipe some of this away in the middle for like a little highlight. So what are you guys up to this weekend? Do you have any fun plans? I have no plans whatsoever, and sometimes that's really nice to not have any plans. I do, obviously, the usual things I do on the weekend, like some cleaning, cleaning and relaxing. I might paint. I've been in kind of like a rut lately, but if I'm feeling up for it, I might paint. Maybe finish some of the birds from that bird challenge we did last month. I still haven't finished them. It's awful. I finished one completely, the goldfinch, but I still haven't like painted the background. Speaking of challenges, I do have a butterfly challenge, a 10-day butterfly challenge that I hosted last August. And you can sign up for it if you want to. In the description of this video, there's a link. And it's totally free too. Okay. Going into this again with my little blending brush, blending a little bit into the yellow, and then a little bit into this area here. Ooh, Louise, happy birthday. She says, hi, it's my birthday. Nice to be here with you. Love your videos. Well, I'm so glad you're here. Happy birthday. Sarah says, going food shopping tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be picking up my groceries today. I've gone almost 2 weeks without going to the store, and we're like really low on groceries. Naomi says, I'm going downhill skiing right after this. Ooh, that sounds a lot of fun. I've never been skiing, and I really would like to go someday. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. Let's see. Wow, Louise is going snowmobiling. Wow, you guys are so adventurous. I've never gone snowmobiling. I feel like that would be fun too. Liz says, I drew sunflowers as the background. I'm going to paint behind the American goldfinch. That's a good choice. I like that. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out here where I want there to be black on him here. So let's see. I guess I'll first start with his legs because they are mostly black. So I'm just going to go in his legs. I'm going to leave the outer part of his legs yellow. Like that. And then I'm going to go in with my blending brush. I'm going to try not to blend too much because I don't want to like paint over the yellow. Okay. And yeah, I'm going in, blending a little bit. Claire says, I am on quarantine after travel, which was the most stressful thing I have done. So I'm stuck at home with the kids. Like that, the traveling was the most stressful, or just being on quarantine? Yeah, that must be hard. Oops, I just dipped my blending brush in my paint. Hi, Liza. Or Lisa. I hope I said your name right. Lisa or Liza. Hi. Liz says, I want to finish the last 3 butterfly tutorials, Yellow Brimstone, Buckeye, and Queen Alexander Birdwing. Yeah, those, I love those butterflies. The Buckeye was so difficult for me. Okay, so I think I'm going to paint some black here, and it just looks like, random areas are black. So I'm just going to kind of dab my brush here and there, okay? And then I'm going to take my blending brush with just water in it and just kind of like blend these areas. I want some yellow to show. I don't want to paint everywhere. Yeah, because he looks furry right here. So I'm trying to mimic that furriness. And yeah, this is just the first layer. I will add more in the second layer. Okay, and then right here, I'm going to kind of paint in his head like that. And then go in with my blending brush. Okay. And then I'm going to paint on the outer part of his eye here. And switch to my blending brush, blend it around. Okay, I think I'm gonna paint on the outer part of his head right here with a black brown. And then blend. Okay, I'm gonna paint in his antennas. To paint antennas in thin lines like that, you do not want too much water in your paint, nor do you want too little water. It's tricky. You can test your paint on a piece of paper just to see if you need more or less water. I'm like shaking. Okay. I think I might need some more water. Okay. I'm trying not to cover up the camera too. All right. I'm reading some of your comments. Shelly says, my hubby and I are going taboganing. What is that? What is that, Shelly? I don't really know what that is. Let's see. Lisa sounds like Lisa. Oh, okay, Lisa. And then she says, I just bought the moon's watercolor. Ooh, thank you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Yeah, today I have a huge shop update in my store. Probably my biggest one ever at alisonlineart.com. Hannah says, I'm just coming off quarantine. It's difficult staying put. I was on quarantine for 6 weeks. Oh my goodness. That sucks. And she says, I had a contact with family who had the virus on and off for the first 3 weeks, then got it myself. Darn. Louise says, she's talking to Liz. Okay, let's move on here. Okay, now I'm going to go back into the black areas with a second layer, but this time it's going to be darker, and I'm not going to mix any brown in my black. So I'm going to take this shadow, black from the Woodlands pan set, and just add it in here. And I'm also not going to be using as much water in my paint. That way it can be dark because, yeah, I want this to be pretty dark. Okay. So I'm basically doing the same thing, but I'm also not adding as much either. And I'm going to blend with a clean brush with just water. I kind of did add too much paint right here, but I think it'll be okay. I'm wiping a little bit away so that there's like a little highlight. And then I am going to blend this slightly into the yellow again. Oh, I'm like painting with my blending brush. That happens too much. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna wipe some of this away right here. And okay. I blended a little bit more down here in the yellow, just to kind of make like a little shadow right there. Claire says the travel we had tickets and such we had to use from last year. We are high risk and tested negative so far. We were diligent about mask wearing and keeping distance. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I bet that was stressful to travel during COVID. Thank you, Louise. She says your work is beautiful. Yeah, so I apply the paint and then I switch to my blending brush, just water. I'm going to blend a little bit into the yellow again. Yeah, this bee does not have very many yellow areas, and the yellow areas it does have, they're not very large either. I'm going to wipe more of this away in the middle. Okay, then when we get to this area right below the wings, like this black area, I'm just going to paint all of this in here. And I'll blend it a little bit over here and then over here. And I'm going to add a little bit more black at the lower part of him down here. Just to really make him, like, kind of make those shadows darker. Make him pop more off the page. And then kind of blend that up. Hannah says, we used to have honeybees until a bear destroyed all 7 of our hives. Got him on a game camera. Oh no, that's sad. Shelly says, oh, okay, it's sledding. Ooh. She says there's a great hill in our area to slide down. Oh my gosh, that sounds so fun. I haven't gone sledding for years and years and years, and I loved it. It was so fun. Okay, let's move on to his body here. So I'm going to go back into these black areas and I'm wiggling my brush around. I'm not painting everywhere. I'm leaving some of that yellow unpainted. Then I'm going to take my blending brush with just water and dab at the black areas. Okay. I think I might add some black here. Okay. Now I'm going to paint in his legs again. Let's see. This time, I'm just going to kind of paint a line. Paint a line and then go in with a blending brush. Blend that a little bit. I'm gonna go back into them, just drop in a little bit more black, and it's still wet, so it kind of like blends out. Louise says, we had a young bear just traveling through our backyard. I'm glad my dogs were outside at the time. I've never seen a bear in the wild. I don't know if there are any where I live, though. Lisa says, will you consider doing a tutorial one day of how you set up your live streams? Like what cameras you use, software, and setup equipment? Yeah, I mean, okay. One of my goals this year is to make my live streams better. But live streaming setups are so freaking complicated and stressful. At least for me, I don't know. So I just use my phone. It's easy and simple. I wish that I had, or I hope someday to use like a nice camera and maybe multiple cameras. But I feel like using my phone is fine for now. But yeah, I just use my iPhone. But I think for YouTube, you need at least 1,000 subscribers to use your phone for live streaming. So there's a limit on that, I guess. But yeah, I could make a tutorial, like a simple live stream setup. Because that's just basically what I have. It's simple and easy. Nothing too crazy. Okay, I will paint in his eye. I'm just going to let this area around his eye dry first. Oh, and I forgot to paint in these legs. Okay. Louise says, yesterday I was painting and I had coffee and of course a glass of water turns my brushes out. Yep, I dipped my brush in the coffee to rinse it. And so I try to keep them separately. That is too funny. Yeah, I'm always careful. Like if I have a glass of water that I drink from or like any kind of drink, I try to not have it by my water jars for my brushes. Oh, Claire. Claire says, Quinn just woke up. She says, hi. Hi, Quinn. Lisa says, lovely bee. I've always wanted to paint one. Thank you. Shelly says, it's great fun to let your inner child out and play once in a while. Oh, I totally agree. Yeah, here in Indiana, at least in the Indiana area where I live, we don't have very many hills, unfortunately. It's very flat over here. Okay, now it's time for probably the hardest part, which is the wings. I dread this. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for the wings. I'm cleaning my brush, and they're transparent. Okay, so okay. What are you guys thinking of doing for the wings? What are your ideas? I'm thinking maybe a very light layer of some kind of color, like a very light blue, maybe like an iridescent. Should I do like an iridescent? I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my iridescent paints. Okay. So this is my Fine Tech iridescent paints. I will link these in the description for you. So maybe I'll do a layer of one of these and then paint in some of the veins. I think so. Lisa says yes, iridescent. Okay. Joyce agrees, iridescent. Hannah says iridescent blue. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, thank you, Shelley, for that encouragement. Yeah, Lisa, my phone. Isn't that crazy? I go live on my phone. Yep. Okay. Now, all right, so I'm going to take my size 2 brush here, and I'm going to use this iridescent blue. There is blue paint in this iridescent blue color, but that's okay with me. Okay, I'm going to test some of this. I'm going to wipe a little bit of this blue paint out of here. Louis says light gray. Is that what you're going to do, Louise? Okay. Yeah, this is kind of like a light grayish blue, which I think I like. And it's iridescent too. Okay, yeah, I like this. It's kind of hard to tell with it wet, but it's so hard to tell, like in the video. Anyways, so I'm going to take some of this. Paint in his wings. And yeah, my pencil lines are kind of smudging. I think it's fine. This is what it is. I think it is just fine. I might go in with some white gouache too and add a little, like some little highlights. I think that would be pretty. All right. So yeah, I'll let that dry. In the meantime, let's work on his eye, and then we'll go back into his wings, and then we will move on to the Red Dwarf bee. So for the veins, I want the veins to be very light. In fact, my pencil line is probably good. Like I probably don't have to do, oh my gosh, I'm going into his eye, not his wings. I got distracted. Okay, for his eye, I want it to be like a very light brownish gray. So I'm going to take some of this here and paint it in. And I'm going to leave a little highlight in the corner. Okay. Sarah says shimmery paint would look good for the wings. Louis says, I'm going to try a super light gray as a base and then iridescent on top. But you're doing great. Yeah, that sounds good, Louise. All right, so my wings might be dry now. I don't know if you can tell the iridescent paint on there, but all right. I'm going to take this here, mix it into this lighter shade. Okay, and then I'm going to first start on the outer part of the wings. Like the top part. And then in fact, I don't know if I want to paint in the veins. I kind of like how it is, how light the veins are. What do you guys think? Lisa says, so pretty. I need to buy some shimmery paint. You should check out kmswatercolor.com. Like I have a lot of her shimmery paints. That is an example of some. This one. This is my favorite paint set of hers. But I do have a coupon code too. Just use Allison10 for her shop for 10% off. But yeah, I love her shimmery paints. They're gorgeous. All right. Metallic accents from Art Philosophy is also really good. Okay. Liz says leave the wings. You know, I think you're right. I think I will just leave them. So I think he might be finished, although I might grab my white gouache here. Hannah says, I want to paint the veins, the pencil lines showing through are perfect. Okay, good to know. I'm going to take some of this white gouache. This is from Winsor & Newton. I'm just going to kind of paint in a little highlight in his eye here. And then I might add a little highlight here, like in his wings. And kind of along the edge. Okay. Lisa says, I love that set. Isn't that what you did the moons with? Yes. Hold on. Let me screw this lid back on. Okay. Yes, I used this set. Yeah, for that moon painting in my shop. Yeah. I used this set, like these blues, this iridescent color. I also used hold on, let me show you it real quick. It's a really pretty blue. This blue here. This is called Blueberry Snowflake. Yeah. I also love Disco. Disco is really cool. Anyways, she sells out of colors a lot, so I don't even know if these are in her shop anymore, but yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with him, I think. So let's move on to the next bee, which is the Red Dwarf bee. Okay, so I'm going to Google to just look up various photos of this bee here. Okay, it looks like this bee is kind of red right here. And, oh, let's see, I'm looking at some photos. It looks like these lines, they are not necessarily yellow. Like they're kind of yellow, but also kind of white. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my white watercolor paint. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I do like to leave the white of my paper to be my white, but sometimes this white, it's called Chinese white from Winsor & Newton. Oh, I can't get it out. Okay. And it comes in handy a lot. I actually use this a lot. Okay. Thank you, Roxy. Hi. She says the bee is adorable. Thank you. Okay. So I'm first going to paint in maybe like the red areas of this Red Dwarf bee, which is basically like right here, and it looks like maybe parts of its legs are red, possibly. So I'm gonna take this redwood color from the Woodlands paint set. Okay, I'm gonna take some of this. I'm gonna put it up here on my palette, add some water to it. And it's okay if it mixes into my yellow a little bit. And I'm gonna mix a little bit more water in here to make it light. Okay. And I'm just gonna paint this part of him red. And I have a line here. I have to figure out what color that line is. Let's see. Yeah, I think these lines are like a very light yellow white. This one looks like, yeah, I think that is also a very light yellow white color. Okay. Then his leg is here. Okay, I'm gonna take my blending brush, adjust water. So it's a brush that just has water in it, and I'm gonna blend this over here and over here. All right, and now I'm cleaning my brush. And I'm going to now mix like a very light yellow white color. So first I'm gonna kind of clean out this white paint because it has gray in it. Oh, Louise says, I have to buzz. I like that. She says, I have to buzz on out of here, but we'll watch the rest on YouTube later. Well, thank you for hanging out with us, Louise. Have a good day. Okay, so I'm taking some of this Chinese white and I'm adding it to this yellow that's already on my palette here. Okay, and then I'm going to take this, it's basically just like a really milky light yellow. I'm going to paint in these stripes. And like the other bee, it's okay if you paint in the area that is going to be black. It's actually probably a good idea to paint a little bit into the black area. Okay. And I'm looking at more photos of this bee. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to take the same color here. Maybe mix a tad bit more yellow in it. And then I'm going to add it here and there on its body. But a lot of this area will be black. So I'm not too worried about making it perfect. Then I'm going to take my blending brush with just water in it and just kind of dab at this yellow. Blend it around. Oh, okay. Naomi, if you're leaving, don't leave yet. Okay. I forgot. I was going to do the artist spotlight. So the artist spotlight is Naomi. Oops. So every live tutorial, I do an artist spotlight, and to have the chance to be featured, all you have to do is use the hashtag alisonlineart on Instagram. Oh wait, alisonlineart tutorial on Instagram. And it can be like a photo of your finished art piece from a tutorial, or just of yourself doing one of my tutorials. So I'm trying to bring up Naomi's Instagram. Okay, her Instagram is linked in the description of this video. If you wanted to support her on there, but she did my leaf tutorial. Okay, there's like a reflection. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, look at her art. Oops, yeah, it's so beautiful. So yeah, she's the artist spotlight, and she did my bird challenge too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, anyways, there we go. There's Naomi's beautiful artwork. She is the featured artist for this tutorial. And yeah, okay. Let me turn my camera around now. Okay. So yeah, be sure to use the hashtag alisonlinearttutorial on Instagram. You might have the chance to be featured during next Friday's tutorial, which is a continuation of bees, of these honeybees. All right. Oh, you're welcome, Naomi. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna grab more of this yellow here. And okay, I think I'm going to paint in his legs with the yellow too. I know that they will be mostly black, but like this bee here, some of the yellow shows through in the black. Okay, and then I will paint in his head too, and his eye. But I will leave that highlight unpainted in its eye. Okay. Then I will go ahead and paint a touch of yellow at the edge of his wings. Okay, so I'm cleaning my brush. And now I feel like I do kind of want to wipe some of this yellow like off so that there's a little highlight. So I'm just taking my brush with some water and kind of wiping that away. And then like we did with this bee, I will go in with a little darker yellow. So this time I'm going to take some of this Daylight from the Woodlands pan set, mix that in. So it does make this yellow a little brighter too, which is fine with me. And I'm going to paint the edge of this yellow. And yeah, it does look a little rough right now. But this is the ugly stage of the painting. And I'm wiping some of this off. Okay, I'm gonna add some of this yellow on its body too, here and there. So I'm just kind of dabbing my brush. Okay. Now I'm going to add another layer to the red. So I'm cleaning my brush. And again, I'm going to take this redwood color from the Woodlands pan set. This time I won't mix as much water in it. And I'm going to paint just kind of along the outer edge, like that. And then I'm going to go in with my blending brush and blend. I'm going to wipe a little bit of this away too, so there's like a little highlight. So how's it going, guys? How are you doing with your bees? Okay, now you're ready for the black areas. So I'm cleaning my brush, and for the black, like the black dwarf bee, I will be using this shadow color, the shadow black here from the Woodlands pan set. And we will do 2 layers like we did with the previous bee. So this first layer, I'm going to take the shadow black color, add it to my palette, And then I'm gonna add a touch of brown. So I'm taking this bear color here, adding that in. And I'm adding some more water. Okay. And I'm gonna start at the edge right here. Okay. And then I'm gonna switch to my blending brush and kind of blend this a little bit into the yellow. And then kind of down here too. And I'm also going to wipe a little bit of this away for a highlight. So I apply the paint. It doesn't have to be perfect if you're doing what I'm doing, like my technique. And then I'm going in with my blending brush and moving this paint around and refining this area more and blending it slightly into the yellow and down here and blending it slightly into this yellow too. I feel like I could barely see that yellow stripe there, but it's fine. I think it looks okay. I'm going to kind of blend this down here into the red a little bit. And then I'm going to take a touch of this color, paint right here. It's a little bit into this red. And then I'm going to blend it slightly just to create more depth right here. Okay, I don't want to blend too much though. I still want this to look red. I don't want it to look brown. I might add another layer of red here. Then I'm going to take this again and add a touch over here because this area right here might be darker because it's under his like little leg. So there might be a shadow there. Okay, and then now we're moving on to this area. So I'm looking at photos of this bee, the red dwarf, and it looks like he has like a lot of black. so there's very little of like a yellow showing. So I'm first going to paint with some black. I'm just dabbing my brush here and there, scribbling around. I'm leaving a little bit of yellow. Then I'm moving to my blending brush, my clean brush with water, and I'm going to kind of scrub at this, move it around. So as you can see, there are some areas where that lighter yellow layer shows through. And I'm going to add a touch of this brown down here. Add some more. Okay. And then some more underneath. Okay, now I'm going to paint in his head with this brown black color. I'm going to paint his head a lot like this black dwarf bee. Okay, I'll just move that. Okay. So I'm first going to kind of paint the outer part of his eye, like so. And then I'm moving to my blending brush. I'm blending. Just kind of scrubbing my brush around. I'm not like blending perfectly, like it's not a perfect gradient, because I want texture. I don't want him to look too smooth. And then I'm going to paint on the outer edge of his head. Thank you, Sarah. She says, love the bee. Okay, now I'm going to paint in his antennas. Okay, so I'm going to try and use the very tip of my brush. Okay, I'm going to take this same color and paint in his legs. So I'm just going to paint like a line like that, and then go in with my blending brush. Thanks, Grain. She says, they're so sweet. I love these bees. I painted a bumblebee before. Okay. Okay, since his eye, like around his eye, is dry, I'm gonna go and paint in his eye now with this black brown. I'm leaving a little highlight there. And also, I'm leaving a little bit of that yellow on the outer edge of his eye unpainted. Okay. And then next, I will go ahead and paint just the outer part of his wing here. Although that's a little too much, I feel like. I'm going to go over it with my blending brush. Okay, now it's time for the second layer in the black areas. So I'm just going to take the shadow color now. I'm not mixing brown in it again. So it's just black. And I'm adding water to it, but not as much as I did in the first layer. Okay, so I'm going to start at the end here again. And this time I'll just paint like the outer edge, like this. Then blend a little bit into that yellow again, and then into that lighter layer. And I do want a highlight, so I'm kind of wiping some of this away. Blending kind of at the bottom too. And a little bit into that yellow. Okay. I do want to paint another layer in that red, so I'm going to go ahead and clean my brush. And then take this redwood color. Okay, I had to clean my blending brush. So I'm taking this brush here with just clean water and blending. blending this red this way a little bit, and then down here. Okay, cleaning my brushes again. And then I'm back to using this black here, Shadow from the Woodlands pan set. And I'm gonna just dab my black under his wings here, and then kind of down here, around his leg. Then I'm going in with my blending brush. Just kind of blending this out a bit more. Scrubbing my brush around. Some of that yellow does still show through, which is good. We want that. We don't want him to just be black here, because this just gives him more dimension if he has a little bit more, if he has like yellow popping up. If that makes sense. That sounded weird. Okay, I'm gonna paint with black around his eyes. Then I am going in with my blending brush again. Claire says, does he have 4 or 6 legs? He has 6 legs total, like this bee does. I think, I don't know if some bees don't, but this bee has 6 legs. But with like this bee here, you can't see all 6 of his legs. So he has, okay, let me look at my, sometimes it's easy to get lost. So, okay, this leg here is actually behind him. So I'm gonna kind of add some black here to kind of show that a little bit more. And then this leg pokes out on this side that's facing us. And so does this leg. This one is facing us. And then he has one here facing us, and then there's one poking out. But yeah, you can't see all 6. At least for my drawing here. Naomi says, thanks so much everyone, and thanks for the Instagram highlight, Allison. Off to ski now. See you next week. Can't wait to see the whole swarm of bees that everyone paints. Oh, me too. I can't wait. Have fun skiing. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking more of this black. Now I'm going to kind of paint in a little bit more of his legs. Okay, I think I will add some more black right here underneath here to give him more depth. And okay, I'm going to clean my brush. And now I'm going to finish off his wings. So like the other bee, I'll be using iridescent color. So I'm going to use this iridescent blue. Okay, and then for fun, I want to add a touch of gold to the yellow parts on him. I mean, come on, you have to have gold, right? So I'm gonna take some of this gold here. This is the Woodland Sunrise set from KMS Watercolor, which I think is sold out now. But it's basically just like a metallic gold. So I'm gonna add just a little touch of this in parts of the yellow and here and there, like that. Then for this B2, okay. Oops. I'm gonna add some more gold here. Okay. Maybe a little too much. I'm gonna kind of blend some of that out. There we go. Liz says, I was told by a professional Western painter when I was in junior high to always make sure I at least indicated all four legs on my horses, even if I couldn't see them in my reference. He said he painted one only showing three legs once and everyone commented on it. That's interesting. And it makes total sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you guys think I should paint all legs on these bees? Okay. I'll have to think about it. Do they look okay? Does it look okay? Thank you, Liz. She says your bees are wonderful. Roxy says, don't worry, bees definitely have 6 legs as they have all the insect characteristics. Joy says, I really like those bees. Thank you. Hi, Loki. Hi. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I think we are done for the part 1 of this bee tutorial. Part 2 will be live next Friday. If you are watching the replay and next Friday already happened, you can find part 2 in the description of this video. And yeah, I hope you guys had fun enjoyed painting these bees with me. Joy says they look fine. Okay. Okay, good. Shelly says, I love your bees. Shimmery accents are lovely. I agree. 100%. Susie says, I was able to stay. Yay! Roxy says, bee lakes are cute, but they can be interesting to position, especially when in flight. I can't wait to try these tutorials. The little ladies are so pretty. Yeah, I like how they turned out. I'm pretty happy with them. Yeah, I like them, I think. Sometimes I don't know. I'm like, okay, I could have done better, but I like them. Have a good weekend, Joyce. Green says, I think they look good. Oh, good. Roxy says the red dwarf is a girl as the drones don't have that pretty red. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. So this is a she. Cindy says, they're so cute. I love bees. Me too. Okay. Well, thank you guys for doing this with me. I hope you have a great weekend. And I hope to see you in next Friday's live tutorial. If you're new to this channel, I go live every Friday at 10 a.m. with a new watercolor tutorial. So I hope to see you in a future live video. All right, have a great weekend, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.